who's excited? Okay, so for those of you who follow me a fair bit, you'll know that I do one-on-one consultations with clients, and I also have in the past run challenges and programs, okay, to help people empower them to be able to take control of their own health, okay, without all the overwhelm, without all the BS that goes along with health, because let's face it, there is literally so much out there that you could do, try, and work towards that you don't know what to do or what to trust and what's actually working. And sometimes we might start things and then we kind of like, oh, well, we don't know if this is working or not, so we just stop it, and we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, okay? And so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Belinda, and I'm very passionate about helping people pinpoint what is causing their autoimmune problems, okay? Their thyroid issues, their sleeping issues, their fatigue problems, okay? Their hormonal imbalances, their skin issues, their gut issues, and so much more, okay? Because of a very hard predicament that I found myself in just over 3 years ago, okay? And I had to find my way back to health. And I was lucky enough to know some very helpful people who could help me on my journey. And it got to the point where maybe 2 years ago, people were asking me, well, how did you lose that weight? And my gosh, how do you have so much energy? Oh my gosh, you have 4 kids. You don't look like you're old enough to have 4 kids. And your skin looks amazing. Just asking me all of these things. And so I would start to help people, point people in the right direction on what they could do to help themselves, okay, empower them to take control of their own health, okay. And I've done training on this, obviously, okay, and we do hair tests and blood tests and all this sort of stuff to see what's actually going on in the body. But I came to a realization about a week and a half ago, I think. I was working with a client one-on-one, okay, which I quite often do. And she's actually been working with me for a few months, okay? And that is exactly the power of this, okay? Because I've been working with her for a few months and she's saying, oh, now I'm noticing this and I'm getting so much more sleep and my headspace is so much healthier, and just by changing these few things, I didn't realize that it could be so impactful, okay? And I wanted to share with you another comment from another client as well. And it was that point when I realized that when I have a consultation with someone and it's only one consultation, I'm actually doing that person an injustice, okay? Because they might take a few of the things that they've learned from the session or discovered from the session, and they might implement them for a little while, but they may not stick with it, okay? Because they don't have the full understanding of why these symptoms appear in the body, okay? And how these symptoms appear in the body. And I'm actually doing them a disservice, and it can be, I was like, oh wow, that's really interesting. Like, I thought, just having consultations with people would actually help them. But when I'm not spending enough time with them, it's actually doing them a disservice, okay? And that's why last year I ran 2 or 3 6-week programs, okay, over a longer period of time. Like, I could literally show all of this stuff in maybe a day, a full day workshop, okay? But your mind would just be like exploding and you would just go into overwhelm and shut down, okay? So, if you have been in one of the 6-week programs, put a comment down below. Or even the 21-day bulletproof your immune system, okay? Let us know down below. And that was a good jumping off point, because then we're spending 6 weeks getting the body to a stage where, certain things can start happening. Oh, wow, I'm getting enough sleep. I'm starting to get enough energy during the day. All of these little things start creeping in over that 6-week period. But honestly, I don't even think that is enough, okay? So I was up early one morning. I had this brilliant idea. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to launch a signature program, okay? And this program is going to go for 12 months. Now, I do not know all the details yet. It's going to be messy. It's going to have to do some tweaking with it. And it's going to be exciting as well, okay? Because over a 12-month period, I know from personal experience what can actually change and what can happen, okay? And where people can go. And when we have this continuous support, okay, that's when real things can happen. Now, I was thinking about in this program, including my one-on-one consultations, okay, because it's important to be very individualized, okay, because yes, there are certain things that everybody should be doing, okay, but there are certain imbalances that have happened on a personal level that show in certain symptoms and certain things that happen in the body, okay, and everyone is completely different, right? Okay, so there are certain things that we need to specialize in a, safe environment one-on-one. Okay, but then it's also about accountability and making sure that we are doing these things, because sometimes we learn them and we go, oh yes, I need to be doing this, but then we fall off the track because we don't know, it can just seem so hard and so overwhelming when we're only hearing it one time. Like, okay, when you were at school learning math, well, what happened? Well, you started to count, and then you started to do 1 plus 1s, and then you started to do minuses, and then you started to do multiplications, and then, you started to grow step by step with each little building block, okay? And that's what we're going to do in this 12-month program. Now, before we do that, we want to see if you're a good fit for that program. Like, it doesn't worry me either way. And I honestly, don't want people spending money on something that's actually not going to help them. Okay. And maybe what I teach is not for you. Like, it doesn't worry me. Okay. But if it is, and it's something that you feel that you can get something out of, then what I'm actually going to do, instead of running the longer programs, I'm actually going to run shorter workshops, okay? I'm thinking maybe 3-hour workshops, okay? And maybe I'll do them on a monthly basis, a fortnightly basis, a weekly basis, I don't know, on particular topics that are helpful to people on this page, okay? So whether it be, I don't know, how to get more sleep, okay? How do symptoms occur? What causes fatigue? Why am I so fatigued? Simple things that everyone can get something out of, so that they can have the first building block, okay, towards their health journey. And I'm going to be running those, and then from there, you can decide whether this is something that you want to look at. Simple as that, okay? Anyway, that's the exciting part. Let me know how you are and where you're coming in from. Okay, bye.